my gosh, my connection.
Mr. Hargis, are you ready, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This court will call cause number 2020 DCM 6105. We are here today, October 4th, 2021. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I am Judge Phyllis Martinez Gonzalez. I am the presiding Title 40 judge for Court 44 here in El Paso County. The pleading that is before this court is an original petition in suit affecting the parent-child relationship with two children. May I have announcements, please?
John Hargis for the Attorney General, Child Support, present and ready.
Thank you, sir. Let the record reflect that Mr. Marcos Ochoa is present. He's representing himself in this legal action. And we also have Ms. Daphne Ochoa. She too is present and representing herself as well. Ms. Ochoa, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Ochoa, are you ready to proceed today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Both of you, please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you provide this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
I swear.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Your Honor.
Lower your hand. Let the record reflect both parties have been duly sworn in. It's my understanding that you have reached an agreement on temporary orders. Please just remember it's temporary. It's not a final order. The final hearing will be January 24th at 8:30 in the morning. That is January 24th at 8:30 in the morning. Also, it's my understanding that you were not able to reach an agreement on access and possession. That's just another term for visitation. And in my court, all parties who are unable to reach an agreement on access and possession, they are already going to be referred to the Domestic Relations Office. So we have Ms. Bada here who will talk to both of you individually and in a private area in the breakout room. And you will talk to her about your concerns that you have or your challenges that you're facing regarding visitation. Your task today is to reach an agreement of some kind, whether it's a limited amount of visitation and then it gradually expands to more visitation. But some visitation needs to be ordered and make sure that everybody is safe while this visitation is occurring. My job is to always keep in mind what is in the best interest of the child. So my feeling is that both children deserve both parents in their lives. And so they're going to think about how you can be active in their life and think about outside the box. If we're going to have telephone calls, if we're going to have FaceTime or Zoom, but I do want some sort of visitation to occur. When we come back in January, that's going to be about 3 months of access and possession. And I'm going to want to know challenges you're facing now. Are you still facing those same challenges? If you have concerns today, do you still have those same concerns? How can we change or modify the existing visitation schedule so that we can allow more access and more visitation between the parents? Okay. That's my job. That's what I want to seek. So we're going to take small steps and that's fine, but I definitely want both of you to participate. What that also means is that you are required to take a co-parenting class and an orientation class, and Ms. Bada will go ahead and schedule that. You don't have to go together. Okay, you don't have, but you do have to go to those classes. I believe they're online. And when we come back in court to court on January, I will know whether or not you've completed those courses, because once you complete them, you receive a certificate, but it also gets filed in my court. So I will know once you complete those courses. Okay. Everybody has been sworn in. Are there any questions regarding what's expected of you regarding visitation, the DRO, anything like that? Mr. Ochoa, do you have any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Ochoa, do you have any questions about what I've just talked about, what I've discussed?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So please listen carefully to Mr. Hargis as he puts on the record your agreement. Go ahead, Mr. Hargis.
The parties agree to sole managing conservatorship. Ms. Ochoa, the managing conservator, and Mr. Ochoa, the possessory conservator. Geographic restrictions to El Paso County. Refer to the Domestic Relations Office on the issue of the visitation. Child support $427 a month beginning November 1st, 2021. Cash medical support of $118 a month beginning November 1st, 2021 to reimburse the state. Retroactive child support reserved for final non-disclosure for Ms. Ochoa, and adjudication of non-parentage for the child named Alexander Ochoa based on the DNA test results that are on file with the district clerk under this cause number. And that's the order. That's the agreement thus far, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Your Honor, can I call the witnesses?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Mr. Ochoa, please state your full name.
Marcos Alberto Ochoa.
The name of your child in this case,
Aurora Gabriela Ochoa.
and your daughter's age.
She's 10.
And did you hear the agreement that was recited on the record?
For the 545, 118 and 427 for every month, and what? Oh, and to get her on years health insurance.
No, I just did you hear what I just advised the court on the agreement that had been reached thus far? Like, not what we talked about in the breakout room, but what I said. It should be the same what we talked about, but what I had just expressed to the judge. Did you hear those terms? Would you like me to again?
Yeah, could you repeat them again? I'm sorry, my connection's kind of weird.
Okay, sole managing conservatorship for Miss Ochoa. Well, I mean, sole managing conservatorship with her as the managing conservator, you as the possessory conservator. Geographic restrictions to El Paso County. Referral to the Domestic Relations Office for the issue of possession and access. Child support in the amount of $427 a month beginning November 1st, 2021. Cash medical support of $118 a month beginning November 1st, 2021 to reimburse the state. The issue of retroactive child support will be reserved for the final hearing. You've also agreed to non-disclosure of the address and personal information of Ms. Ochoa, and also y'all have agreed to do an adjudication of non-parentage for the child Alexander Ochoa that was on this petition based on the DNA test results. Is that what your agreement is?
Yes. So just a quick question. So if I were to go visit my daughter, it would have to be strictly in El Paso until the next case, January 24th.
No, we're going to refer you to Ms. Ara with the Domestic Relations Office, so y'all can try to work out some sort of agreement regarding the visitation of the child.
Okay. Sounds good, boss. Thank you.
Is that your agreement?
Yes, sir.
And is that agreement in the best interest of your child?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Thank you. No further questions. The state calls Ms. Ochoa.
Yes, Mr. Hargis.
Okay, please state your full name.
Yes, my full name is Daphne Diana Ochoa.
And your daughter's name.
Aurora Gabriela Ochoa.
And your son's name.
Alexander Ochoa.
Okay. And did you hear me read the agreement on the record?
Yes.
And is that in fact
Yes,
your,
sir. As well. I believe it is also in the best interest of the child.
okay, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Hargis.
Mr. Hargis.
Mr. Ochoa, I do have a quick question. Do you have health care insurance through your employment?
No, but I can find out. I just started this job August 6th. So if I can make some phone calls this week and I'll figure something out.
Okay. What
Yeah,
I'd like for you to do is to see if you can find healthcare insurance at a reasonable cost. Right now, for government healthcare insurance, the cash medical support would be about $118. Of course, that's, that could change up or down depending on the 9% of your gross income. But if you're able to find healthcare insurance from an outside source or through your employment, that's maybe a little bit cheaper. That might benefit you to get
Okay.
that instead. So what I'd
Sure.
like for you to do is when we come back for the final hearing, if you can get some numbers. And if it's at a reasonable cost, then we can order you to maintain the healthcare insurance for your daughter. If it's not reasonable, then we can always go back to the government healthcare insurance, but it's kind of like a little bit of homework so that we can kind of see what would be a little bit more cost efficient for you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
So
you, Your Honor.
thank you. That being said, I'm not going to order any cash medical support at this time. I'm going to see if Mr. Ochoa can have an opportunity to find some outside insurance, whether it's through his employment or an outside source. So, anything else, Mr. Ochoa, on the temporary orders?
No,
Okay, and keep in mind, this is just temporary. It's not the final.
I'm sorry. Yes, I do have one question. When can my visitation start? Is that
Okay,
something I have to?
once we finish the hearing, you're gonna meet with Ms. Bada and you're
Okay.
gonna work on a visitation schedule. And keep in
Okay.
mind, it can be, I want you both to understand it's temporary, because when we come back for a final, I want to know how things are going, right? And so even if it's, a limited amount right now, and let's make it into more access and for the child, that's what I want. I want her to have a relationship with both of you, because she deserves that. She deserves to have both of you in her life. And so, and we're
And
gonna
is that phone calls as well?
think outside the box. Absolutely. A bedtime story, anything, so that you can have access to your daughter and to spend some time. So think about things like that so that you can spend some of that time with your daughter. And
Yeah.
and I expect both of you to kind of work with each other, regardless of what's happening personally. Let's think about Aurora and what we can do to make this transition better for her. She deserves to
Yeah,
have
for
both of you
sure.
in her life. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, if it also means that we need to maybe include a app so that you can communicate efficiently, we can do that too. And that's what Ms. Bada is here for. So think about any challenges you're facing. Think about the concerns you have. That's what you need to bring to Ms. Bada's attention. And she is going to help navigate and work with both of you so that Aurora can be with both of you, okay, and spend time with you, whether it's a phone call, whether it's FaceTime, anything in addition to in-person time, okay, because she deserves that. Okay.
Yes,
So-
absolutely.
So with regards to the temporary orders, Mr. Ochoa, do you have anything else you'd like to address the court?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Ochoa, is there anything you would like to address the court on the temporary orders?
No, ma'am. I'm actually very happy with how everything is coming out.
Okay, well, wonderful. So I am going to approve and confirm the agreement as it was recited on the record here today. I am going to remove the cash medical support right now. I'm going to give Mr. Ochoa an opportunity to find some healthcare insurance that might be a little bit more cost efficient. But when we come back to the final hearing, if he's unable to find other insurance, then we will go ahead and impose that 118 for cash medical support. But this will give him a little bit of time to find some healthcare insurance. Is there anything else from the state?
Your Honor, I'd like to poll the parties regarding the submission of this order to the court.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Ms. Ochoa, would you be okay if I submit this order directly to the court of having to send it through you and Mr. Ochoa first for y'all's own review?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? It was cutting out a little bit, sir.
I'm sorry about the internet. Would it be okay with you if I go ahead and submit the order directly to the judge for her signature, since we have everything on the record, her rulings on the?
Yes, sir. That would be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so what's going to happen is that Mr. Hargis will draft the order just as I recited it here today, and it's a temporary order. Once he drafts it, he will send it my way. I will sign it, and then both of you will receive a copy of that order. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
So absolutely. So that will conclude the hearing. This is now the end of our
Judge,
hearing.
I-
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Judge, can I ask a question? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Of
Thank
course.
you. No, I don't know if it makes a difference or not. Like, I know that now, right now I'm on Medicaid because after everything happened, I needed the assistance of the state, which I'm very appreciative. And I'm not sure if it makes a difference, but for the first 3 years, I was paying for the insurance for my work, like paying out of pocket myself.
Right.
I don't know if
And-
that makes a difference. I don't know.
Well, for setting support, not necessarily right now, but those are questions, if you'd like to talk to the Assistant Attorney General, you have every right to do so. But right now,
Okay.
we've come to an agreement on temporary orders from today forward. And I granted that. It's now the order of this court, okay? The entry for this order will be this Friday at noon. Again, Mr. Hargis will draft the order. I will sign the order, and then both of you will receive a copy. Remember, the final hearing will be January 24th at 8:30. Now, one of the issues is retroactive child support. So if you, from the date of separation till now, if you've been providing support and if you want anything that for me to consider regarding that issue, then bring that documentation in for the final hearing, because that's going to be your evidence to present to the court. Okay? All righty.
Okay.
That will conclude this afternoon's hearing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Bada, if you can go ahead and reach out to Mr. Ochoa and Ms. Talley